What is up, guys? My name is Alex, and this is the second and last video that I'm going to talk about this whole COPPA situation. I already made a video about this. If you want to see it, the link is in the description. So if you want to see it, you can. Then you can come back and watch this video. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about how COPPA could possibly fail onto YouTube. Now, I did talk about some of the problems that the FTC will have to deal with in my previous video, but today I'm going to go a little more in depth, I guess you could say, about all the problems that they're going to have when it comes to enforcing COPPA. So let's get right into this. Let me just start off by saying we can all agree that $42,000 is a bit of an excessive fine. Actually, that's a huge understatement. A very excessive fine. There we go. Let me remind you that the FTC is going to fine everyone, and I mean everyone, $42,000 for every video that you say isn't made for kids, but YouTube or the FTC thinks that it is made for kids. And there are a lot of YouTubers who don't even make that much money per video. Not even the biggest YouTubers on the platform make that much. So for the FTC to fine everyone $42,000 per video is very excessive. The main reason as to why I'm not gonna pay that fine is because I can't. I don't have a job. I'm still in high school, god damn it. And even if I could, I still wouldn't pay that bullshit of a fine. You kidding me? Anyway, regarding the whole fine and the bullshit that comes with it, it kind of brings me to my point about you could probably take this to court. If you really think about it, a lot of YouTubers could, because we're most likely protected under the 8th Amendment, which basically states that the government can't give you cruel and unusual punishments, for example, excessive fines. So I could probably go to court and argue that the fine violates the 8th Amendment. That'll most likely be the situation if I ever get sued. Furthermore, think about how many lawsuits the FTC is going to have to deal with as soon as this goes into effect, because when it does on January 1st, there are going to be a lot of YouTubers who get fine on top of fine on top of fine, and that's going to be a lot of lawsuits the FTC has to take care of. And think about how long it's going to take to deal with them. Even a single court case can take literally months to take care of. And it's not like the FTC can show up to a few court cases, here and there, once every couple months. No, the FTC has to show up and battle in every single court case that they have. So it could take months to years to even decades to take care of 25% of the YouTubers at most. In 60 to 70 years from now, I could be on my deathbed, dying of stage 4 terminal cancer, and the FTC would still be battling YouTubers in court. That's how long it could possibly take to sue all 23 million YouTubers. Another thing is, how will they sue YouTubers that don't live in the US? For people like me that do live in the US, I could probably get my asshole viciously fucked by the FTC, but for YouTubers that live in other parts of the world, they'll probably be just fine, because the FTC can't really punish them. If they wanted to find YouTubers that live outside of the US, it's going to be a little hard to get the money that they so desire. Also, if they wanted to punish or penalize them, the only thing that they could realistically do is terminate their channel. After that, they really can't do anything else. And when it comes to court battles, they might sue 2 to 3 people, 4 to 5 at most, and that's going to be the FTC being like, yeah, we got the means to do this. If we could sue them, we could sue you too, so don't fuck with us. But realistically, they don't. When it comes to all the YouTubers that say, hey, you know what? Fuck the FTC. We're not just going to sit here and keep kissing their asses forever. We're going to stand up to them. We'll take this whole thing to court. They don't have the means to do it. They want you to think that they do. But when you look at it from a realistic perspective, you tend to realize that they don't. Partially because they don't have the means necessary to do it, but mainly they don't have the support that they need from all the federal agencies or enforcement agencies, or mainly anyone, when it comes to this whole thing. Which brings me to my next point about the support. Think about it. The FTC could have the means necessary to enforce this, to sue every YouTuber, but if they don't have the support that they need from all the federal agencies or enforcement agencies, it could very well fail. And how much do you want to bet that the FTC will gain the support for this? Like really, if the FTC keeps suing YouTubers all because they lie about making videos for kids, or just make videos for kids in general, nobody's gonna take them seriously anymore. Like imagine the FTC calling agencies be like, yeah, I need your help. I'm currently battling a Minecraft YouTuber. They're gonna hang up the call as soon as they say Minecraft. Okay, they got way more important shit to worry about. Federal agencies aren't gonna give a damn about some random person on the internet who posts Minecraft videos. And think about all the judges who are going to rule in favor of the FTC. Like, do you actually think judges are going to side with them? I would say 2%. Actually, you know what? 1% of all judges would rule with the side of the FTC. Also, do you see anyone else besides the people in the FTC who are supporting this? No. And there's a good reason for that, because it's an incredibly unjustified and vague law that shouldn't even be implemented on YouTube in the first place. Wake the fuck up, FTC. It's not the YouTubers' fault that parents are fucking horrible at being parents and let their kids roam around on YouTube. Wake up, damn it. Now moving on to my next point is that according to some statistics, 500 hours of content is uploaded to YouTube every single minute. I'm telling you this because the FTC has to sit down and manually review every single video that is not marked as for kids, which is probably more than half the videos that are uploaded. I don't know for sure, but that's a lot of fucking videos that they gotta go in and review. But do you actually think that the FTC is going to send people to manually review every video that is not marked as for kids? No, because that's just going to take a lot of time, and they're not just going to let some random machines do it, because they tend to screw up constantly. I mean, we see this all the time in YouTube's monetization and copyright system. The bots they use constantly fuck up when it comes to stuff like that, so why the hell would the FTC do it? That's the thing. They won't. They'll send people to review that video that isn't marked as made for kids. And that's going to take a lot of time considering how much content is uploaded to YouTube every single minute. Now leading into my last point is that as soon as this goes into effect, do you realize how much fucking money YouTube will lose because of this? It's not just the FTC that's going to lose money, it's also YouTube that's going to lose a lot of money. Because think about it, the most profitable channel on this platform, Ryan's World, mainly remembered as Ryan's Toys Review, makes $38 million a year reviewing toys and doing kid-friendly stuff. Once COPPA is placed onto YouTube, 90% of that money will be gone, never to be seen again. So that's a lot of money YouTube is going to lose. And then it's not just Ryan, it's all the kid-friendly channels that are going to lose a lot of money. You gotta remember that there are a lot of kid-friendly channels out there probably making so much money because they're advertiser friendly, and YouTube just happens to love placing the best ads or the ones that make the most money on those channels because obviously they're most suitable for ads. But on January 1st, 90% of all the money that those channels make will be gone. So that's obviously a shit ton of money that YouTube is going to lose. But all in all, the main point of the video was just to talk about all the bullshit that's going to come January 1st. And before you click off the video, think about it like this. It's kind of like talking shit online. People say that they're going to do all these horrible things to you, but in reality, they don't do it. The same goes with the FTC. Just because they say they're going to implement COPPA onto YouTube doesn't mean they're going to go out and go through all the legal trouble just to enforce this, because it's going to cost a lot more to enforce than to just simply put it onto YouTube. But anyways, like I said earlier, this is my last video on this whole COPPA situation, just to get you guys to think about all the problems that the FTC will face, you know, to give you some hope or a sigh of relief. Also, if you're worried or freaking the hell out about how your channel is going to be affected by this and how it will do starting January 1st, as long as you're not doing anything that the FTC doesn't like, you'll be fine. As long as you're, you know, being compliant, marking your videos as for kids or not for kids, obeying the rules, etc., you're gonna be just fine. And it's kind of scary to think about that this whole thing is gonna start or go into effect in literally 6 days. But coming back or thinking about what I just said and what I was talking to you guys about all the problems, I'm not worried at all. I mean, I marked my channel as not for kids. I already went back and reviewed all my videos. Well, actually, I reviewed most of them. Some of them I know for a goddamn fact are not for kids. Like this one, because I swear a lot in this video. But, yeah, anyways, guys, last thing I want to say, I'm not paying that fucking fine.